Enough! I bellowed before Caleb could try and land the strike. The Terra heir paused, clearly forcing himself to consider our situation over his own instincts too, and the students all fell still as they watched our interaction. Caleb extinguished the flames in his palms, a low growl rolling from his throat. She's my source. Touch her again and you're dead, professor or not. I snatched the front of his shirt, pulling him within an inch of my face. Get out of my classroom. Not until you swear it, Caleb spat, wheeling a hand around to point at Tori. She's mine. Keep your teeth out of her. I don't belong to anyone, Tori snapped, and Darcy nodded her agreement. You do until you can fight us off. Caleb pushed me off of him so hard my back smashed into the board and I bared my fangs, fighting my instinct to kill him for that. Fine, I said in a deadly tone, but the other Vega twin is mine. Excuse me? Darcy gasped, but neither Caleb or I acknowledged her as we eyed each other. Deal, he finally forced out, then marched from the room, slamming the door behind him. The insult didn't pass me by. Then again, I probably would have done the same thing in his position. I was going to work extra hard at finding something to give him detention for this week, though. A breath left me that was tangled with relief, because now I had her, and it was the best damn feeling I'd experienced in a long time. But I wasn't going to let the class see how much my mood had just brightened, so I straightened my shirt and turned to the board, a smile tearing across my face where they couldn't see it as I continued with the lesson in a flat tone. Aries are ruled by Mars, so they can be particularly impulsive and often aggressive when... I went on autopilot as my heart drummed to a hammering beat and my inner vampire bellowed his victory. But I was fucked, so fucked, because I knew this was about more than her blood, some deeper connection forged by something intangible. But screw it. Because I actually wanted something for the first time in too many years, and now that I had it, I wasn't letting it go. Darcy Vega was my source. Mine. And no one else in the whole damn kingdom could have a taste of her but me. Don't we get a say in this? Darcy hissed to her sister, and my smile dug deeper. No, Blue. You don't. Not unless we can fight them, Tori said in anger. Which you won't be able to do unless you listen in class. I grabbed a book from my desk, hurling it at them and making them leap apart to avoid being hit. One more word out of either of you and you'll be in detention for the rest of the year. Their glares were venomous and I stared coolly back, waiting for either of them to go against my word. But they kept their mouths shut at last, and I went back to teaching the class. When you're awakened, you will always obtain the elemental power linked to your star sign. For example, as a water sign, all Pisceans are gifted with the elemental magic of water. Those who gain more than one element are usually gifted this way because they are linked to more than one constellation. I tapped the board and a chart appeared which showed every constellation in the sky. As you can see, there are hundreds of combinations. The powers gifted to you by the stars are very elusive. Little is known about how or why some Fae are born with more than one element. But we do know that genetics play a role, and so does your order. I glanced at the Vegas, trying to assess if my judgments on their orders were correct. Darcy looked me dead in the eye with so much hatred that it made my skin itch. I approached her with a cruel smile curling up my lips, happy to make my enemy squirm. Can you name some of the constellations which aren't linked to a zodiac sign, Miss Vega? I asked. She cleared her throat. The little bear? Correct. Damn. I pointed at Diego Polaris beside her, which is also known as? The Little Dipper, sir, he supplied. I bet Diego's got a Little Dipper, Tyler Corbin snorted from the front row. 5 points from Terra, I snapped at him, and Tyler huffed. And the Latin name? I pointed at Sophia Cygnus, who turned pink-faced as she answered. Ursa Minor? She squeaked. 10 points to House Ignis. I strode away and started writing on the board again.